it's hard to breathe with all this weight on my lungs, and I can't see how I can do this on my own.
All right,
Tell
let's
me
do this.
how can I make
I can't see as well, but it's good.
this fake? Oh, how
Welcome back
I say
to another meandering, thorny thought.
breaking, oh, how
I'm going to try to be very brief today. And last video that I did, it was just all over the map. And I couldn't get my thoughts together. I talked about time, and I talked about that time is really of the essence right now. It's either we wake up, which I don't think we will, and or prepare. You've got options. And in this video, I wanted to really quickly talk to you about, well, about the fact that you should probably prepare, because I don't think there's really hope for us as a species that is going to continue living the way that we're living. I know this is kind of dark and maybe not as happy as the sunshine is, but I think we are entering a time where thinking positively, and let's not talk about the negative, is going to be something that people are going to be able to say anymore, because unfortunately in Canada, I can only speak to Canada, and even in Poland, I can speak to Poland, the poverty that's starting to happen is real. I mean, people are having a hard time affording food because they have to pay rent. People are having to sell their house. Like, we went down south just last week, just for a couple of days, and the amount of homes that are starting to be on the market is absolutely jaw-dropping. And we are talking about the fact that we have had a market for the last, like, a very long time, like in a row, like 10 years or so, where everything kind of maybe didn't fly off the market, but we haven't had like a 1990s market for a very long time, like really since the 1990s. We haven't had such a market where there's just so much on the market that everybody had so many choices. It was, for many years, it was a very stable, you know, very vanilla. Sorry, these holes are massive, and I just got my wheels all fixed. So remember, there was like this big noise. Well, it's gone. And because of that, people got so used to thinking that it's always going to be vanilla. It's always going to be vanilla, that people just got complacent, just pretty much like society at large outside of the real estate market. But when me and my husband were driving down south, the amount of signs that are popping up from the month before, wow, is all I gotta say. That's the first thing. So, you know, that would be the first thing. It was so shocking to see how many of these homes are coming up. So now people are now trying to get out, and a lot of these people are already they've already got water in the basement. Not literally, but basically they bought high, and like in the stock market, now they're trying to get out and it's low. Anyway, I don't think there is a lot of hope for us to turn this Titanic sinking ship around. Most people that I talk to don't even believe that there's going to be WW3. They just don't believe it. They have been lied to about positive thinking and staying away from people like me that are negative. Like, looking at facts now is negative. Y'all, we are going to get what we deserve, and we deserve a kick in the ass to wake us up. And unfortunately, all of us are going to get a kick in the ass equally, or maybe in varying degrees. Okay, I'll give you that. But the degree of ass kicking is going to be across the board. People that have even a lot of money, that are upper middle class, are going to feel it. You believe me. For example, I have someone in my life who teaches children that are of more higher upper class parents. And these classes cost a lot of money. And for the first time ever in the history of this class across the world, the upper middle class stopped sending their children. So one semester was canceled because there was not enough students to fill for it to make it worth the businesses worthwhile, right? That is a signal that people with money, or people that think they have money, are now tightening their belts. It's never good when people that have a little bit of money are tightening their belts. Let's just put that out there. AI, whether it's a fear-mongering or not, is scheduled to take up to 3.4 million jobs away from people, including lawyers, doctors, and those are jobs that are high yielding jobs that take many years to go to university for. These are not, labor jobs. These are white collar jobs. Now, AI, if it's true, either the propaganda or the warning, the real warning, if AI does actually start taking over these jobs, this 3.4 billion. I don't know if I said million, but I meant billion. This article I read this article last year. Last year, I read that article that AI is going to take 3.4 billion jobs. It's just going to disappear. And I remember saying to my husband, where's their 3.4 billion jobs? Like, who's going to have a job left? Because if you know anything about some of the numbers that have come out, only 5 to 10% of the world is really like the productive. Then there's the physical labor, like farmers and so on and so forth. But they're considered more entrepreneurs, I would think. 3.4 billion jobs to evaporate, and most of them white collar. I don't even think that we can understand, okay? I don't think we can understand or wrap our minds around what that would actually look like. Okay, if you've ever seen the movie Soylent Green, it's an old movie, I think from the 70s actually. And if you've ever seen that movie, the way that it shows in the future, nobody has a job. Everybody's just sitting around, so everybody's equal in their poverty. But they're equal. What have they told us? That they want to bring equality to the forefront. Well, that's equality when you're equally poor. And that was supposed to happen. within the next, I think, 38 months, I think it said. And yesterday, I was listening to an interview, and within the next year, which is basically around the same time that when I read this article, it said 38 months, this gentleman who worked with AI from its inception, like he was interested in it, he was in the field since I want to say the 60s, and he put out a pretty scary scenario. The interview was, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but it was on the Diary of a CEO. He interviewed this gentleman, and this gentleman basically, go and listen. It's a very valuable interview, and I will tell you, if AI, on top of the fact that we are seriously going into WW3, and you know what wars do, right? They thin the herd, just in case you were, struggling with the answer. And so in the time that they're going into WW3 to thin the herd, they're rolling out AI, which is going to eliminate jobs. So is it a coincidence that it's all happening all at once? And is it a coincidence that now so many people in my life that I know personally that are getting sick, are having mystery diseases, that in this day and age we're worried about AI, but we can't figure out why suddenly adults are dying? It's no longer sudden infant death, it's sudden adult death. So instead of SIDS, it's SADS. And we're not questioning why we can't figure out why these people have died. Just suddenly, completely healthy people. In some cases, like sports people that have been curated, checked, double checked, triple checked, insured that they were checked. We can't figure out why they're dropping dead. So it's a really funny intersection that's happening with the fact that AI is entering just in time to take over the population that is diminishing, and then just to make sure that we're on the right track of thinning the herd, we're having a WW3 happen. Over what? Tell me the reason why we are given the excuse of why we're going into a war. A world war, no less. Tell me what, if anyone understands why we're getting ourselves into this war, why this war is happening, if anyone could actually explain it. Because when someone gets into a fight, okay? When someone gets into a fight, you understand, okay, this is why you got into a fight. This jerk said this jerk did this, and this is what happened, okay? Now I gotta stand by the stop sign. And of course, a woman is holding the stop sign. She's in construction. Equal rights, eh? And the other lady is also a woman. I guess the men have the crappier jobs, right? Like, these women could be going and lifting stuff, no? No, but they're always holding the stop sign. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. If that offends you, I'm sorry. Sorry. But women, they should be doing more girly things. Oh, sorry, trigger alert. Trigger alert. Be careful. I have an opinion that is very unpopular. And I'm sorry I still have that opinion, because this woman will not be able to help the same way that a man would be able to help another man on the construction site. Like if there's a big boulder, like my husband, I'm going totally on a side note here. My husband was helping me bring big rocks into my garden just yesterday. And guess what? My son had to help me. The rocks were maybe like this big. My son had to help me because, believe me, I'm not a big girl, but I'm not tiny. I couldn't move them. So when you have people in construction, just like people on the airplanes should be a specific, there should be a specific requirement for a person in the airplane. There should be a special requirement when you have a doctor, a surgeon, a lawyer. There should be requirements. There should be requirements. And because we're so goo gaga crazy over equal, you understand we're going to be equally poor soon because of these equality nonsense. Anyway, sorry, I just got annoyed with the lady that was holding the sign. Now they switched. A man took the sign, but I don't want to make comments about the man. I've already said enough. So, look, here's the situation. It's bad news. It's bad news for all of us. And if we continue being Peter Pans, which most of us are, partying, not looking at the world around us, not looking as to why we got here, how are we in a war? How is Canada and Europe in a war? And America, how are we in a war? Tell me, how are we in a war? Why? What pretext can we possibly swallow? It's none of our business what the Middle East is doing. None of our business at all. And yet, here we are entering a war that is going to ostensibly affect us in such a negative manner that you're going to see that my negative comments are going to seem like a story, like a fairy tale story eventually. Because at the end of the day, listen, I'm tired of talking to people that have absolutely no interest in knowing what's going on because they think it's negative. What is going to happen next is going to be so negative, y'all, that if anyone starts complaining on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and everybody's going to be complaining. Everybody's going to be complaining. People are going to be crying in their cars because they don't have money to feed their children. They're going to be crying because they don't have shoes to buy. They're going to be crying because they can't fill their tanks because we are starting a war that we have no business starting. And what's worse is that the reason why the war is starting is because nobody's interested in anything fact or AKA negative. So I'm here to tell you we're entering the end. We're entering the end, and we are entering a time where we are going to be very, very, very sorry that we were not adults in the room, that we refused to look at the elephant in the room, that we refused to participate in our own lives. I'm the first one, and I'm nervous that I'm going to make a mistake because I have done this before. It's very different here in the north when there's like construction. There's so much open area that you just never know which way you're supposed to go. I think I'm doing a good job. Okay, I think I made it. Oh my goodness, this person. Anyway, so I'm just feeling annoyed. I'm feeling bewildered. I'm feeling exhausted. I'm feeling spent on trying to do stupid things like come on the internet and try to cajole people into thinking and realizing that we need to participate in this thing called life. And we need to be accountable for this thing called life. And accountability requires us to look at the negative, to look at, you know, what's going on. Canada chose Carney. Like, are we dumb? Or are we stupid? Or do we have a brain handicap? Because it seems to me like we have a brain handicap. One moment, please.
Computer.
Hi, can I get sorry?
Go ahead.
Yeah, could I get a medium coffee with 2 creams
Sure.
and a medium with milk
Okay.
and a medium with 1 cream.
We'll have no.
That's everything, thank you.
620.
Thank you.
Please.
Okay, and $6.20 for 3 coffees. Okay, that's what's called I'm stupid. I shouldn't be getting this stupid coffee. But my husband wanted it. So, 2 secs. I'm just gonna get and pay. Okay, let's pay. And of course I don't have my gift card. Oh, I'm just so tired of constantly losing everything. I'm losing my mind. I really am.
Do you need a tray?
Yes, please.
Here's the 620, hon.
Thank you. I'm blind. So I don't have my glasses on. Like, these are not glasses. These are so bad for you on top of it. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Okay. I just want to let you know that lady is amazing. When I first came here, I didn't have a washing machine that was working. Or we didn't really, I can't remember what the problem was with the machine. There was some problem with the machine. And I went to, and I found a laundromat, and that was a mission, let me tell you. That's a whole other story, finding the laundromat. I found it, and I was used to laundromat that took quarters, loonies, and toonies. Well, this laundromat had laundry machines that were way, way better. The dryers, were way better than the one that I had back home. But they only took quarters. Both both the washing machine and the dryers. I didn't have that. So then she went into her car and got a roll of quarters before she left, and she left them with me because on top of it, it was Sunday. And if you know anything about little towns, and this is true probably for most little towns, nothing is open on Sunday. Not even the convenience store was open. Anyway, so I'm really sorry. This is such a down video, but I'm really tired. Like nothing we do at this point, unless we wake up, is going to make, it's going to really make a difference. Like really not really at all. And the reason why it's not going to make a difference is because, unfortunately, no matter what you're doing in your life, whether you're trying to follow a career, whether you're trying to do stupid YouTube videos, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter. Or you're doing some stupid thing like selling clothes and finding people nice clothes and blah blah blah. All of that is irrelevant once a war starts, once they roll out AI and steal all of the meaning behind your needing to exist, essentially. I mean, if someone has trained for 5 or 6 years to be a lawyer, passed the bar exam, jumped through every hoop, paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to become a lawyer, only to lose that, it's going to make a lot of people desperate all at once. Now, I would really advise you to go, and I mean, this isn't like the interview that like threw me over the edge or anything, but it is an interview that solidified all of the things that I've been, reading and understanding so far. It all could be all just like the whole war thing. It all could be scaremongering, because if they make us believe it's true, then we'll make it true, because that's what we've done. We've made every vision, every wet dream that they've wanted come true, because they have made us believe that it's true. So we're just doing it. Yeah, this is what a lot of people I know say, well, what could we do? What do you mean what you could do? Stop using AI, for example. Stop watching the news, for a second example. Stop going to McDonald's. Stop buying the things that they want you to buy. Start becoming independent, self-reliant. Take the time that it takes for you to become your own source, whether it's your food, whether it's your entertainment, whether it's your income. Do not use all the shortcuts. All the shortcuts get us to the destination that they want you to be at. Everything you use in the system, everything we use in the system, everything gets us closer into our shackles, gets us closer to that area where they want us to be, and we do not know what the end is. Is AI going to take over everything? I don't know. Are they actually going to roll out World War III? I don't know. Are they actually going to do the thing that they said that they were going to do and reduce the population to 500 million? I don't know. How do I know? What I am saying that I do know is that we have the power to bring us there. They have the power to trick us to do that. And if you look at it, the way that society's going, absolutely it's going to happen. Absolutely. I was recently, just very quickly, because I haven't been on the internet a lot, I've really unplugged. I know that I'm putting videos out, but a lot of the videos are older videos, like that when I was on a roll, when I had lots to say. Lately, I've just been sort of hunkering down and looking around, and just recently, I was just the other day, I looked at the internet and I was sick to my stomach. People are cheering that Trump went in and bombed a country. Sick. We are sick. They've made us sick. We've accepted the sickness, and now we're gonna pay. We're all gonna pay. I'm gonna pay too, even though I'm trying to pay attention. I am trying to look around and say, how can I not participate? How can I try to put us in another direction? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I do. I'm too unlikable, unrelatable. I don't know how to speak well enough, or whatever the problem is, whatever the constipation reason is. I don't have enough pull. I didn't start long enough ago. I don't have the tongue like Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson to wake people up. I just don't. But I am telling y'all, the toilet's flushing and we're in the toilet. We're the shit in the toilet. And unfortunately, we didn't have to be. Didn't have to be this way. Oh my God, the cutest Ford truck. Oh my God. Anyways, it's not all doom and gloom. You're gonna have to carve out time in your life, and you're gonna have to figure out how to be grateful for the things you do have, because life is pretty darn good. It's never been this good ever in history. I mean, we are living like kings and queens of the past, and yet the most depressions, the most suicide. They've even got us to believe that we should call a maid. It's called a maid to clean our asses up when we're no longer interested in living because, you know, we're depressed because somebody said something about us, or because we're not rich, or because we're depressed. And we're depressed because we have it too good. They're vicious circles. We live in vicious circles, multitudes of them. And I am tired. I'm tired. And I think I'm just so tired because yesterday and the day before it's been like plus 40 something. And I was just, I've had it. I've had trying to be the positive person in the room, knowing that we're all just, we're running and we are speeding towards a brick wall. A brick wall that we are all gonna hit. All of us are in the bus. All of us are not going to fare well. And it doesn't matter how much I try to pass on information. It doesn't matter how I try to wrap it, how I try to present it. It doesn't seem to have an effect. The machine is so great and the people are so indoctrinated that unfortunately I want y'all to prepare. Prepare for very turbulent times. And I don't want to, it's not like, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like, you know, when someone says, oh, you know what, you really probably should drink water if you're outside and it's plus 44 degrees. Or you might have a stroke. That is not someone trying to fearmonger you. That is someone trying to give you an alternative to the path that you might take if you don't know about alternative paths. Like if you don't know that by sitting out in 44 degree weather and not having head covering and not drinking enough fluids, you may exhaust your body until you have a stroke. You can avoid it by making a better choice, a more informed choice. And I'm not at all saying that I know more than anyone out there. What I am saying is that a lot of people don't want to look at things that should be looked at. And what I am saying is we can learn that together if more people were interested. If more people were interested. There is starting to be a movement towards more interest, but it's not fast enough. A lot of my friends think, oh, everybody's waking up. Like I have a lot. I wish I had a lot of friends that were awake and that, you know, were interested. I don't. But the friends that are interested, that are, you know, awake or waking up, a lot of them have this positive outlook that, oh yeah, lots of people are waking up. The problem with waking up is that you just don't wake up and everything is like in the Matrix. It goes, and it like all the information gets downloaded. No, there is years of catching up, decades of catching up if you're just waking up. If you're just waking up to the realization that you've been put in a system where you are a slave, and we are entering the final stages where they're building the fourth wall, where you will no longer have the option of coming out. None of us will. None of us will. And people don't understand a lot of my friends that have woken up, that are waking up, that are continually working on trying to figure out more, I think they want to be positive because they don't want to believe that we are entering sort of the end stages. And I want to believe that too. I do. I want to believe it, but I don't see it. I don't see the evidence. I don't see the evidence. It's kind of like when you plant something and it's been 2 months and nothing is popping out of the dirt. You start having less and less hope that that thing is alive. But I will tell you, I got a plant from my friend, from my next door neighbor. I planted them both, and one of them looked like it died. It just looked like it died. And I went to that plant and I said, look, the same plant that I got, same time as you, look what they're doing. They're growing. Please don't die. Please grow. Please grow. Another week passed, nothing. Another week passed, nothing. Just this week. Guess what? It grew. It grew. So I'm not saying that because it doesn't pop out, it's dead. There's no hope. Because there's always hope. But what I am saying is, I don't really see a way out of this. I don't. So I'm sorry that this is such a low, not cool, not positive, oh my gosh, we're gonna get out of this kind of video. But I really believe that we are in trouble. I don't know. Do you agree? I hope you disagree. And if you do, I'd like to know why and how we're gonna get out of this. And that's that. And I'm home. And I've got to go get feed. Got lots of work to do today, and I'm overwhelmed with the amount of work I have and the little time I have to do it in. So I guess I will stop babbling and I will let you guys all go. And if you made it this far, please like and subscribe. Pass along this really great high energy content. And I hope that wherever you are, you're not getting the thunderstorms we got last night, because that was scary. And I hope you're getting sunshine. And I hope they're not tic-tacking you. And until next time,